Hello again, it's Michael with another guitar lesson from Northern Ireland, and this lesson is called hybrid picking sixths. So hybrid picking is a technique I maybe discovered like 4 or 5 years ago, and what I like to do when I discover new techniques and want to practice them is come up with my own exercises and pieces to throw them into my playing, and I'm just going to teach you how to do it. So let's briefly go over first what hybrid picking is. So hybrid picking is like a combination of picking with a plectrum or a pick and finger picking. Okay, so we're going to use our pick, and in this exercise just your middle finger over on the picking hand. So let's just practice the basic technique first before I get into more detail. So if you go to fret 12 on your G string, go there with your middle finger, then go to fret 12 on the high E string with your third finger. Okay, so we have this tiny little chord shape now. So what I want you to do is you're going to pick the G string with your pick, okay? So that string you're playing with the pick, but then what we're going to do is we're going to pluck upwards with our middle finger on the high E string and do that at the same time like this. So it's one movement. So to get more detailed with it, pick the G string and then up pick the high E string, but separate the notes like this. So we're just doing like an eighth note thing there. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just practice that initial part first before you go on. Now just a brief theory explanation of what I mean by hybrid picking sixths. If you don't want to hear this stuff, I'll put a timestamp in where you can just skip to the exercise, okay? So just so you know, this exercise is in the key of G major, which can also be seen as its relative minor, which would be E minor. Now, the sixth part is the following. So let's take the first note of the exercise, which is a G note on the 12th fret of the G string. If I was to play what's called the major scale from there, it would be this. So that has the notes G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and another G. That's just the 7 notes in a G major scale. So what we're doing here is we're always playing one note from the G major scale somewhere on that G string, and then we're finding another note in that scale, not on the B string but on the high E string. So we get that kind of skipping out a string in there. Now if I count from the first note here, G, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all this exercise is doing. It's playing one note here and then going up the scale and playing a note 6 notes or distances away in the scale, and that gives you a 6th interval. Okay, so every time we're doing something in this exercise, it's called a 6th for that reason. So here is the exercise slow, then I'll break it down. So let me go through the chord shapes you need, and then we'll look at what the picking hand has to do. So first shape we've already done, 12 in the G and 12 in the high E. Then it will be 11 on the G and 10 on the high E, and I just use middle and first finger there. The middle finger is always going to be in the G string here. Then move that shape back 2 frets to 9 and 8. Then go back to 7 and 7, so that's like the first shape again. Then go back to 5 and 5. Then go back to the second shape, 4 and 3. Then the first shape again, 2 and 2. So that's the shapes, and it would be good just to get used to that. Then we start introducing the picking. So do this slow first in case this is something that you've never done before. So let's sort out the picking motions over here. So use your plectrum, pick that G string with a downstroke, then go to the high E string, pluck upwards with your middle finger, then pick that G string again with your plectrum. That's your first thing to do. And after you've picked that 12 on the G string, slide backwards like that. And then you're going to grab fret 10 on the high E, and that's where the exercise starts moving. So just do that. And you're coming back again to that G string. And after you've picked that note coming back, you're always then sliding to the next target. So then after you've done the 11-10 bit there, you go back to 9 and 8. Then down to 7 and 7. And when you have that same shape, you can actually keep them locked and slide them back, and you get that nice ringing. So you can do that in this one as well, because it's the same shape. Then 7 and 7 to 5 and 5. Then down to 4 and 3. Then down to 2 and 2. And then we'll finish with a lead guitar lick. Pick open G string and quickly hammer and pull off 2 with your middle finger there I'm using. Then go to 2 on your D string with the middle finger, so that you can maneuver in to that E minor 7 to finish it off. So the whole thing again.